Hello again. I wanted to thank everyone for purchasing the course. I really hoped that it was a lot of help. Thank you so much for listening to everything I had to say. If you need anything, please be sure to share and I will try and help. I wanted to close off the series with one quote that is very, very important. Um, I myself have been writing fantasy for 8 years now. I started with writing my first book, then I wrote The Slaying of Owlen, and since then, for the last 5 years, I have been working on a trilogy called Of Princess Juliana. It will be written in 9 parts, so it is a trilogy but in 9 parts. And in the beginning, I did not take my map making process very seriously. It's very easy to just draw some shapes, throw down some names, and then kind of disregard it and go about writing your story without thinking twice about the map. But the map is probably the most important part when it comes to writing your story. And so I wanted to share a quote from the big man himself, J.R.R. Tolkien, if you haven't heard of him before. And he says, I wisely started with a map and made the story fit, generally with meticulous care for distances. The other way about lands one in confusions and impossibilities, and in any case, it is weary work to compose a map from a story. So what he's saying is if you start with your story and then try and make a map, you're gonna have a hard time and it's going to be confusing. When I ask clients that come to me to make them a map, I always ask them, give me a sketch or a draft, because making a map off of a description of words is really, really difficult, and it's annoying, and it's time consuming, and it's never going to come out exactly like you want it. It just isn't. Start with your map, and the map will reveal the stories to you. It will show you where the stories are, and from there you can build your world. Be creative with it, take your time with it, and take inspiration from, actual Earth. Go back and reference ancient stories and really just allow yourself to be immersed in the map making process. When I first started writing, I drew my maps and I pinned them on my wall because I couldn't, I, I just so I could remember the names. I'll be writing and writing and writing, and then I would think like, oh, what was this place called? And I would look at my wall, and there would be my map right there, and I would know. Um, since then, my world has expanded exponentially, and I no longer require the use of those maps. But all the time, I'm telling you, all the time when I'm writing, I'm constantly editing this thing, constantly changing, constantly editing. Um, it's very important to get your distances right. I had to edit some coastlines because I got the distances wrong. I measured things incorrectly, so I had to change the shape of the coastline. And if you have to edit your map because you messed up, that can be quite devastating. You can run into issues where you can't get out of, and you really have to be careful. One mistake I made with my world was I feel like I made it too big, and being able to measure things correctly is extremely important. I'm unfortunately not a massive math guy, so I'm probably making mistakes all over the place that I'm not super aware of, and I wish I could help you better with how to measure. But I would recommend picking a set distance and printing out your map and using a compass to help measure. You can in Photoshop, what I do sometimes is if I want to measure the distance between two places, I'll draw a line, let's say the distance from here to here, and I'll kind of just move this line down and I'll go, oh wow, okay, so this is, roughly whatever the average of 62 and 125 miles is. And I did show you how to figure that out. If you really want a super precise measurement, you can take out your guides, figure out where the pixels land, and then do the average of the pixels between this point and this point, and that'll give you a more closer estimate. But that just about covers it. There's many different styles to draw maps, not just, the typical vintage fantasy style. And I may make more courses on how to draw maps in other styles. That might come in the future. Who knows? We'll see. But anyways, I want to thank you guys again. Thank you so much for watching and providing support for the class. I really appreciate it. Good luck with your maps. Good luck with your writing. Good luck with whatever it is that you're doing. I wish you all the success because the grind is real. It's hard. It's brutal. It's been 8 years for me so far, and well, we'll see what takes me in another 8 years. So I wish you all the luck. Thank you and farewell.